Another problem with the Game Awards is that it tends to pigeonhole us into a narrow idea of what can be good. Here are the Game of the Year nominees. We have Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, we have God of War, and we have Horizon Forbidden West. All good games. We also have Stray and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They didn't fit on the first image. Also good games. And if you look at the nominees for Best Score, it's the same thing, except Metal Hellsinger is thrown in. That's what the Game Awards tends to do. They tend to rehash their Game of the Year nominees in every category, and then swap one out for some other game that doesn't quite fit the mold. And that makes this award a lot less what is the best music in gaming of the year, and a lot more which of our games of the year has the best music. And those are two different things, because these games have a similarity to them. They all have orchestral music combined with ambient environmental sound. That's not the only type of sound that can be good in video games. Sonic Frontiers, best music in video games this year? No, but in terms of nomination, it had to juggle so many different independent bands and artists to get its soundtrack together, including highlighting artists that kind of rose to prominence on YouTube. This was a style of music direction that we don't see all that often in gaming, and it takes a totally different sort of skill than creating these big orchestral scores. And it's not being recognized for that. Live Live was one of the first projects by Yoko Shimomura, the composer behind Kingdom Hearts and even Street Fighter. Seeing these tracks remade and remastered for a modern-day format with new tracks added takes a completely different skill set than making large-scale orchestral soundtrack. And it's not being recognized for that. Again, music of the year? Not sure, but still. Also remember, this was the year that Friday Night Funkin' took off. It spawned an incredibly successful crowdfunding campaign, a huge modding scene. It kind of pioneered its own style of music based on this sort of Banjo-Kazooie grunt. It was hugely influential, and it's not getting recognized. Again, best music of the year? Probably not, but still, probably deserving of a nomination. Now, I could go on. I don't see a single game using chiptunes nominated. Tracks that were primarily vocal weren't really recognized. Again, I'm not saying that these games have bad music. No, they are some of the best. I'm not even saying they don't deserve to win. But what I am saying is that the Game Awards has a very narrow scope of what counts as good musically. By buying into the awards, that reduces our scope of what we think is good musically. And this is the case with everything else. Graphics, performance. Heck, I mean, the Game Awards nominated Sifu for Best Fighting Game, and it's not even a fighting game, because Sifu was more a traditionally good game, as opposed to any of the good indie fighters that came out this year. Again, I'm not here to tell you what game is good or not. I'm telling you to try and keep an open mind when watching the Game Awards. There's a lot of other really great games with really great designs that aren't being recognized here.